Hi, Stephanie. How are you? My name is Marie. I go by Bohemian Diva on all of my social media platforms. You don't know me, and I really don't give a shit about you. But I noticed that 3 days ago, when you decided to wage war on my TikTok colleagues, primarily the female content creators, and just reduce them to merely mommy sleuths, you pissed off a lot of people. And members of my tribe did a little digging. And there's a very specific reason why you wrote that shitty ass article trying to paint.
Balake.
My, oh my, oh my, what a paper trail you left. Is this you? Your husband is Brian Henry. Mm, mm. Wow, talk about 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I see he is fighting for his life in them comment sections trying to defend you, and he made his Instagram private because, that heat and that smoke got a little too intense.
Oh, Lord.
Stephanie. One thing you do not do is go up against the internet. You will always lose every single time. Because one thing you and your husband underestimated is the internet's ability to research and dig for anything and find anything. Remember the 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon? Because that's how many degrees it took to connect the dots. Your husband, degree number one, is the senior producer for a television show, Sell It Like Sirhan on Bravo, created in 2018. Why does Ryan Serhant matter? Because he sold Bradley Cooper's house. Degree number two, Bradley Cooper happens to be friends with our favorite Hollywood DL bottom, Christopher Columbus of Hollywood.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
And since your television show facilitated the sale of Bradley Cooper's childhood home, who happens to be friends with Christopher Columbus of Hollywood, that in turn brokered a deal to host this little project.
Tell her, boo boo kitty. I'm Shishi. Oh, now you can't speak English.
Interesting, Stephanie, how everything came full circle. Your husband is the senior producer of Sell It Like Sahant. Ryan Sahant sold Bradley Cooper's childhood home. Bradley Cooper just happens to be longtime friends with Christopher Columbus of Hollywood, who happens to be married to,
Balake.
which in turn led you to write that piece of shit ass article for Glamour magazine. 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Technically, it's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but we were able to connect the dots with 3. Here's the thing, Stephanie. I'm a benevolent critic and I like to look at things holistically. Do I think it's fair that the internet insulted your mothering? I think so. But then again, you did come out swinging with your internalized misogyny. I don't fault your husband for trying to defend your misogynistic honor. I don't fault him at all because any reasonable man, any good man would do the same exact thing. So I don't fault him. You do deserve to get your ass dragged though. Now, do I agree with the fact that they called you a shitty mother? I mean, that's subjective considering that your internalized misogyny reduced female content creators as mommy sleuths and you only went after female content creators because there are plenty of male content creators that are reporting the same thing, but you didn't have any smoke for them. None at all. Does your article come off as being bitter, salty, and jealous and poorly researched? Yes. Considering that you are a senior editor for Glamour magazine and you wrote that shit like a junior high schooler doing a research paper at the crack of dawn, hours before it's due. Yes. Are you jealous because we're probably getting paid more? Maybe. That is subjective. But the fact that you only went after female content creators and you had absolutely no smoking energy for male content creators, you deserve to get your ass dragged because it's women like you are the reason why patriarchy, misogyny, and sexism is still alive and it is still relevant. And this is why we are the only country that's never had a female president. Western democratic country to have a female president, you know, for you troubleshooters out there. While most people will blame the Me Too movement and the failure of the Me Too movement on,
Balake.
I would politely and respectfully disagree with it. It's women like you. It's women like you that have now discredited feminists. It's women like you that is the reason why I coin you guys as misandrous red pill feminists, and that you are a shame. You are a disappointment to the real feminists, the real women who put in that work for equality and equity for women in this country. It's women like you, as well as Ku Klux Khalisi, that set back movements. It's women like you are the reason why women who live in red states no longer have rights to their own bodily autonomy and agency when it comes to making decisions about their reproductive health. It's women like you that sit there and are in positions of power that are 10 times worse than the men who are in positions of power when it comes to the oppression and the systematic discrimination of other women. You try to paint Ku Klux Khalisi as some type of victim when in actuality, the only reason why you painted her as a victim is because it took 3 degrees to realize that your husband had a vested interest in Christopher Columbus of Hollywood, considering that he probably did some work with him through Ryan Sahant. So before you open your mouth and you type up a piece of shit ass article trying to attack women, when clearly this is an issue of right and wrong, you might want to second guess that, because now your credibility has come into question. You have no credibility because that entire piece of shit ass article is biased through and through, thanks to your husband. I don't blame him from trying to defend you, but he opened up a whole can of worms that completely ruined your credibility. What little credibility that you had, and you just solidified why the public should never ever trust legacy media. But I would think twice next time you decide to use your position and your platform to spread bullshit ass information through that article. You have the day you deserve.